Have you ever noticed something strange about yourself? You are, by almost every account, one of the kindest people in any room you walk into. You are endlessly forgiving of your friends' worst days. You're the one people call when they've messed up, because they know you won't make them feel small about it. But somehow, none of that kindness ever makes the trip back to you. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And today, we are going to look at the 3 hidden psychological signs that you have never actually forgiven yourself. If you relate to sign number 1, you can easily fix it. But if you are doing sign number 3, you are actively destroying your own happiness without even knowing it. Let's dive into sign number 1. You have a chronic case of the my bad reflex. If someone bumps into you at the grocery store, you apologize. If a friend takes hours to text you back, you instantly assume you said something to annoy them. If a group project at work goes wrong, you are the first to step up and say, "That was my fault, I should have caught that," even when you had nothing to do with it. You might think this is just you being a polite, agreeable person. It's not. In psychology, this is known as pathological guilt. When you haven't forgiven yourself for a past mistake, you subconsciously believe that your baseline existence is an inconvenience to others. You aren't apologizing because you are actually sorry. You are apologizing to pay rent for taking up space in the room. You are trying to preemptively diffuse any anger from the outside world because you are already so incredibly angry at yourself internally. Like I promised in the intro, this one is easily fixable. The next time you feel the urge to apologize for something that isn't your fault, replace the words "I'm sorry" with "thank you." Instead of saying "I'm sorry I'm rambling," say "thank you for listening to me." Stop claiming ownership over mistakes that aren't yours. But while sign number 1 is just a bad habit, sign number 2 is where things get painful. Sign number 2 is that you are held hostage by the highlight reel of cringe. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You are lying in bed. The room is dark. You are finally about to drift off to sleep. And suddenly, out of nowhere, your brain aggressively reminds you of a mistake you made 3 years ago. Or an embarrassing conversation you had 5 months ago. Or that one time you really hurt someone you cared about. You will literally physically flinch in your bed. Your heart rate spikes. The shame washes over you like it happened 5 minutes ago. You probably wonder, why is my brain torturing me like this? It's not torture. It's a misguided defense mechanism. Your brain is a survival machine. When you refuse to forgive yourself for a past failure, your brain tags that memory as an active threat. It thinks, "We made a huge mistake back then, and we are clearly still in danger of doing it again." So it forces you to replay the memory as a warning. It is trying to keep you safe by keeping you miserable. But rumination isn't problem solving. Replaying the tape doesn't rewrite the ending. If you are constantly cringing at your past self, it actually means you have grown. You are judging a past version of you who didn't have the wisdom you have today. You can't heal a wound by constantly ripping off the bandage to see if it's still bleeding. Now, we need to talk about sign number 3. I warned you about this one in the beginning because if you are doing this, you are actively destroying your own life without realizing it. Sign number 3 is the happiness tax. When you have never truly forgiven yourself, you develop a subconscious belief that you are in emotional debt. You believe that because you messed up, because you were toxic, or because you failed in the past, you do not deserve a good future. You believe that suffering is the currency that buys forgiveness. So what happens when things actually start going well for you? What happens when you meet a partner who treats you beautifully? What happens when you get a great job or finally find a moment of peace? You panic. Your brain says, "Wait, this is wrong. We are in debt. We haven't suffered enough yet." So you subconsciously blow it up. You pick a fight with that amazing partner over absolutely nothing, just to push them away. You procrastinate on the great job until you get fired. You isolate yourself from the friends who love you. You sabotage your own peace because being happy feels like a crime you are getting away with. Psychologists call this the Penance Fallacy. You are treating your life like a prison sentence, hoping that if you just serve enough time in misery, you will finally earn the right to forgive yourself. I need you to hear this, and I need you to let it sink in. Your suffering does not serve the world. Punishing yourself for the next 20 years does not fix the mistakes of your past. It doesn't undo the damage. It doesn't help the people you hurt. All it does is guarantee that you will have nothing left to give to the people who need you today. Forgiving yourself does not mean saying, "What I did was totally fine." It means looking in the mirror and saying, "What I did was wrong, but I refuse to let my worst mistake be the defining trait of my entire life. I am going to learn from it. I am going to put down the chains, and I am going to move forward." You are the only person who can write the pardon. The debt is paid. Stop serving time for a crime you've already been cleared of. It is time to let yourself be happy again. If this video felt like I was reading your mind today, hit the subscribe button. We talk about the psychology of self-sabotage, healing, and human behavior here every single week. Share this with someone who is way too hard on themselves. And until next time, be kind to yourself. You deserve it.